Just the Tips, a Menmoir, Season 1, Episode 9, Fried Wontons.
We're back with another episode of Just the Tips, a Menmoir. I'm Joe.
I'm Chuck.
And we're here to bring two just high-quality segments to you today.
That's right. One of them being Best Dad Ever.
That's a new one.
That's a new one, but that's going to be one of the staples we have here on the show.
Yeah, and it's going to cover all sorts of things, but really we're going to show you how we are the best dads ever and how you might try to one day become one of the best dads ever.
Let us be your example.
Let us be your guide. Walk with me.
And of course, like always, one of the fan favorites, Pet Peeves.
That's right. We're going to come to you and tell you what it is we hate about these hoes.
That's not all what we're talking about.
No.
We are talking about other people's relationship and basically giving advice and how to appropriately do it.
Yeah, and how much it burns when other people's relationships start just overlapping into my life. I give no fucks about it.
It starts interfering in my day-to-day and starts becoming a problem. So you'll learn more about that shortly.
Also, stick around at the end because we're going to have a quick promo from our friends over at the Hashtag No Offense show.
So check out Hashtag No Offense. You know, 3 regular dudes getting drunk talking about a whole lot of nothing.
Their own brand of bullshit.
There it is.
Okay, so before we head out, we're actually going to incorporate a topic of what's trending. So one of them, I just pulled up the Twitters.
What they got on Twitters for us.
So one of them right here just catches my eye already. End a relationship in 4 words.
Ending a relationship, 4 words. I got one for you. I banged your mom.
That's cold-blooded.
That's a game changer.
Okay, no, that's real though. I was just thinking like, these hoes ain't mine.
Yeah, they ain't yours.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not mine.
I got one.
What you got?
You're fugly to me.
You're fugly to me. Damn, you just cutting out the heart today.
I'm cutting deep.
You killing
You
them.
said ending relationships. I'm only basing it off your topic.
How about this? Whose kids are these?
Damn, that'll hurt.
I don't even know you like that.
Don't expect no child support. I got another one for you. I don't respect you.
Okay. I think that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, we cut into the core of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you cut into the core, like literally and figuratively. How about this? I need these side pieces. Like, I can't commit to you because I need just a buffet of ass.
Yeah, that will end it pretty quick, I believe.
Or if you just hold up a picture of the side piece and then the 4 words is the
she
4 words.
belonged to me.
Yeah, there you go. How about, she do nastier stuff. You know what I mean? Like, she does the stuff that I ain't even seen on the internet.
Relationship over.
I'm talking about just butts on butts.
I got one last one for you.
All right, go ahead.
Your feet are ginormous.
Yeah, you can't be coming in here with no damn skis. You know what I mean? If you could stand up on the water, get pulled by the boat, and not fall down, that's a problem.
I don't like them big ass tugboats that be smelling hot and everything. I can't deal with that.
So don't forget to stick around at the end for the promo. We're going to take a quick break before we get into that first segment. And now, a message from the sponsor.
Let's pay these bills.
This segment is brought to you by Pete & Sons Incorporated.
Pete & Sons Incorporated, clubbing baby seals for low-budget footwear. Check out their new arrival, Furry Flops.
We're back with one of my favorite and probably one of our most informative and entertaining at the same time segments.
Pet Peeves.
And I don't know if you recall, but I remember a wise man once saying the Peeves runs so deep.
Runs real deep, man. So, you know, this is one of our favorite segments and one of our reoccurring segments. And we definitely got something very interesting to talk to you about today.
I'm pretty sure it's not just me, not just you.
Definitely not.
In case it is, people about to learn something, but I'm sure it's not. And it's other people's relationships.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You got to bring all other motherfuckers into this?
Yeah. So when we talking about like your boo or whatever is on the phone helping them through their relationship problems and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
blah.
trying to give them advice and just solve their whole problem and stuff. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Okay. Most of the time when this comes up, it's not under the right circumstances for it to be acceptable to me.
Okay, explain.
The only circumstance really where it's all good, at least for me, is when the person that comes to you is someone that is kind of respectable and they don't just be coming at you all the time with nonsense. They come to you with an actual issue and you're like, oh, okay, this is some real shit. Fine.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That I don't have a problem with, right? because they are looking for help, and as a good friend, you should go out your way to make sure you at least give them some sort of advice, as long as it doesn't become one of those situations where they're coming back to you about the same shit.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking, was like that person that is always coming back, your boo's on the phone trying to talk them through it.
Yep.
And it's the same problem.
They're having the same relationship issue over and over again, but not only that, in different relationships. That could get really goddamn annoying.
If it's like someone's always cheating on that person, is it that you're only finding cheaters? Is it something about you? I don't know what. I don't know what.
Something about you. Yeah. You deserve it.
Yeah, like look at yourself in the mirror. Dude, is it your fault?
There's a reason you're attracting this.
Yeah,
it's the only thing that you're bringing in.
Is it something you're wearing?
Is it some way you acting?
Are you asking for it?
Is there a look you got going?
What kind of perfume do you wear?
Is it the way you carry yourself?
Does your name sound like it's on the side of someone's business card?
That's what I'm saying. It could be any of the above. We don't know.
You got those people, right? That just come no matter what. Different dudes from different cultures. It don't matter. It's the same problem.
Yeah, they're having the same ridiculous problem over and over again. Yeah, it's hard for me, and the reason this topic touches me is because because a lot of people tend to come to me for advice, and I don't mind giving advice. You know what I mean?
That happens Absolutely. To me a lot. Like, believe it or not.
I got the advice face or something. I don't know what it is. I've had strangers on the street talk to me about their personal life. I had people.
That's different because you ask a lot of questions.
Grocery stores. I'm all over the place getting pulled over like, hey, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Man, so, I'm kind of going through some things right now. I lost my house and my kids. I'm like, I didn't have to say 2 words. Anyway, besides that, the point is they like to share stuff with me. What's frustrating to me about sharing advice is you don't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you asking for the advice? I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you straight. I'm being very clear. This is probably what you should do. But if you don't take into account and you don't implement this in your life, I'm just wasting my time.
And you know what it makes me think is after I hear the same question regarding the same person X number of times, I start questioning the advice that you're giving that person.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, yeah. Now you're not doing your job.
Yeah, like you're an advisor.
Yeah, and you're advising is
fucking
trash.
Advice.
Yeah, you need to get better at that because clearly it's not working or it's not listening. But they could fall into the situation like I'm in to where I literally tell you, you just don't want to listen to me, and then you bring the same problem back to me again. And at that point, all I say is, I told you what to do. If you're not trying to hear me, I told you, move along. Why do I bother? That's what I want to say. Why do I bother?
The next problem in this area is because I have my own problems.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We all got relationships.
That's right.
We married, we're not married, whatever it is. But the farther you get up that rung of commitment, the worse your relationship gets.
That's right. And the problems only stack on top of each other at that point. You know what I'm saying?
And then you start having kids, and it's like, not only we legally, I'm bound to you, but now these children expect us to be together.
It's just a whole trail of difficulty, and it's just progressively going up, grade by grade, and it's just killing you.
And you think it would get better. This is what she wants. So if I do this, problem solved. And then it's like, well, we're married now, so she has to do what the hell I say. That type of stuff. And it just don't ever happen that way.
It don't add up that way. You would hope it would, but it doesn't.
So don't go too logically, fellas. Don't go down that way.
Don't go down that road. There's nothing there. There's nothing there for you to find.
Side pieces, that's a different story. Side pieces know how to act.
Yeah. They know how to stay in their lane. I understand. So the point being, we got enough of our own problems.
We got our own problems, and then what are they mad about?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I mean? Some people would be like, and then he didn't text me back after I sent him an emoji of a smiley face.
Yeah, some old simple shit that doesn't really matter. It's like, it's just...
I'm like, bitch, I want a divorce. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to end this relationship. You over here sending me 2 thumbs up like you had a good day.
I got kids and you got emojis?
Yeah, I ain't got time for that. None of that makes sense to me.
So not only do I not care about their problems, I got my own problems. And then when I hear the level of bullshit that their problem is, I'm like, I don't care about that.
Yeah. It gets to the point where like I'm tuning all this bullshit.
And then I'm looking at her like, we got our own problems and you wasting your time talking to her about that?
Yeah.
And then I start thinking, she's not taking these problems very seriously.
Right.
And then I start thinking, but the side pieces, I don't have those problems with them. You know what I'm saying?
I got these issues with these hoes. Why is that? There's a reason for this.
They know how to act.
There's no commitment.
So I'm going to keep you on the side.
Right.
Because shit's going to work out.
And you're going to like it too.
Yeah. It's a win-win. But then I started thinking, how can we avoid these problems in the future of this pet peeve?
So how to avoid other people's problems is what you're saying.
In the relationship.
Tell me more. I'm interested.
Here's what I'm thinking. You got two options. One is you convince her to solve the problem your way, which is very unlikely.
That is not
very
about to
unlikely,
happen.
but it is a possibility.
So you gonna give some residual advice? Is that what that is?
So here's what you do. First of all, you point out in a very logical and unemotional way that their advice sucks.
Okay.
Because you've been advising your friend since you were co-workers from the beginning,
Since
or
y'all was
high school,
freshman in high school,
or I met you in college,
Right.
or you know what I mean, or
Right.
we've been friends ever since I started. It don't matter.
So you're still giving the same dry ass advice that doesn't work.
And they keep having the same problem.
And I'm gonna point this out to you now.
Yeah. So now it's like,
Right.
let's just break that down. Number one, and then
Okay.
number two, clearly you don't know how to solve these types of problems.
No, you are not experienced in any of this right now.
Because when we, because I'm telling my partner, right, I'm like, look,
Right.
when we were together, you had this problem. Now, this person is having this problem, and this other person's having this problem. Clearly, the way you're trying to do this is not working.
Yeah, if all your friends are having the same type of problem, they're coming in for your advice, and it has not gotten any better, your advice giving is downright terrible.
So then if you point out your way does not work,
Mm-hmm.
and not only does your way not work, but you don't know how to solve the problem,
Yeah,
maybe you should try my way.
that's right.
Because I do know how to solve this problem because I do it for other people. And I don't experience this problem because I know how to solve it.
So you're going to get them to follow the advice that you would give by pointing out how trash their advice really is. Is that correct?
I'm going to shit on them in a way that they don't know they've been
Trying to
shat
hone
on.
in on your hypothesis here.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm going to shit on you so you then listen to me so it could actually solve the problem that you were supposed to do to begin with.
Yeah, and you know what?
Very
But
nice.
it makes sense because
makes sense
the
to me.
problems that I have, she probably knows how to solve.
Right.
I'm not trying to hear what she has to say. But she probably knows how to solve them.
Right.
So I acknowledge that there are things I don't know that you know.
Right.
You have to acknowledge there are things I know how to do that you don't know how to do.
You can't get her to acknowledge a damn thing that you know how to do.
I
right.
know
So
that,
is,
but it don't mean that everything I'm saying does not make sense. And people listening
Yeah.
to this right now, but he's an idiot. But damn, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world to me.
So you could just follow my advice and do my advice, and if it doesn't work, I'll shut the fuck up. But
Okay.
until then,
yeah.
your 700th time running it back is not working.
Not at all.
All right, and then number two, if that don't work,
Yeah.
just ignore what she says to you. When the pet peeve is, I don't want to hear
other people's bullshit.
about Tanya's boyfriend, having another boyfriend
Or some shit like
Why
that.
does it always happen to me?
I don't know.
I don't want to hear that shit.
I know why, because you ain't listening. Actually, you getting the wrong advice. That's what it is. You're getting the wrong advice from the person you could ask him 12 times over, and they keep telling you, stick it out, girl, write it out. He'll get
Right.
better, do what you want. It's not working, man. You got to do better. You need to take your problems to someone else, as long as they're not me, because that is the point I'm trying to make. The pet peeve is, I don't want to hear about it either.
So if I don't want to hear about it, the way that I get the win out of this is I just ignore her.
Shut you out.
She's
Shut you down.
gonna come to me.
Yep.
And she's gonna be like, "Hey, so give me your advice about this problem because blah blah blah." And then so she just starts talking, and then you just turn it off. Just shut down the ears.
Shut it down.
Shut them bitches down.
Ears off.
Yeah, cut them off, and then just nod your head.
Nod your head
Hey,
up and
this
down.
works, man. Just nod your head.
Yep.
And then ask like a random question.
Yep.
So what do you think? What do you think's the right thing to do here?
Which we know is the wrong
Yeah.
thing that you're going to give the advice about.
Or this is mine. So what did you advise? Then it's like, I think she should do this, and I go,
And then
I go back to your pet peeve. I say yes.
yeah.
That's what you should do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm solving one pet peeve with another one.
No, when you ask that question, you come to the crossroad. There's two ways of handling it. One, you're going to start ignoring at that point forward. Or two, when she tells you the advice she gave, that's when you point it out and say, that was garbage advice. This is what you should do. And I'm going to tell you, and you better implement this in her life today.
I mean, you could do that, but if she ain't gonna listen, she ain't gonna listen.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like when they hear this,
Yeah.
they're less likely now. I know she's not gonna listen to shit I have to say once she hears this.
Right.
But you know what? You don't listen to me already, and that's your only problem, Craig.
That's your only problem right there. You don't listen. You don't never listen to nothing.
Damn.
You don't pay no damn attention.
Right now, I bet you supposed to be asleep. I bet you ain't even sleep right now.
Exactly. Probably thinking about some advice you're going to give to her friend who's going through it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can't
Guess
fix
what?
none of them problems.
You ain't gonna fix that problem because you can't fix this one.
If you don't watch the problems you trying to fix for someone else, you're going to have your own problems.
You're
in
gonna
your
have
own
double
home.
the problems, girl.
Exactly, in your own house.
I'm talking about glitter dick.
Watch out, it's real. It's a real thing. It's a symptom. It's going around. I don't understand it.
I feel like there's laser beams on my back right now.
Yeah.
Take the shot.
You ain't going to make it home, yeah.
Hey, I'm on Facebook Live my way home. I told her.
Did you?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook. I'm going to say something stupid tonight, I'm sure. And I'm going to Facebook Live my way home until I'm safe.
Yo.
She's outside waiting for me right now.
Yeah. I feel bad for you. You ain't going to make it. This segment brought to you by Drunk Uncle Willie's Malt Liquor.
Lil Wayne, I fuck with his some of his lyrics. Be like, what the fuck?
Damn, sit your drunk ass down. That was good. So I would like to tell you why I'm the best dad ever.
Tell me all about it.
Now, you were actually there, so you already know why, but the people need to know.
Yeah, we got to share stories like these. These are very important.
Now, good dads do things like go to back to school night and all of that. Now, being honest, I don't really care for back to school night because we have a schedule that we work off. We have a routine.
Yeah, this shit's just cutting into your day to day. That's the problem with this. They make back to school night on a random Wednesday, Thursday, 6 p.m. when you're supposed to have dinner. They just like to interrupt your life when it comes to this type of shit.
Yeah, and for me, I was really looking forward to it because it was my first back to school night with my daughter. So she's been living with me now, first back to school night. So I was ready to go. Now, I don't like going, but I would go because I'm supposed to, but I would be unhappy the whole time because I really don't care about most of that. What are your grades? That's all I care about.
Right, that's right. Yeah. I just want to know how well you're doing. Are you passing the grade? Do I need to go get physical with somebody? If not, talk to me when you're done with the goddamn semester.
Yeah, so what I did was I had the foresight to just check if you were available.
Yeah, and coincidentally, I happened to be already on the way to your house. No idea what was happening. No idea that there was a back to school night. It was just a coincidence. I pulled up to your house. Your wife and your daughter are actually already in the car, and the only thing I hear is a scream. No.
Yeah, I'm on the phone with you. As
happening?
you pull up, I just hear them screaming.
Right. You called me to let me know, but since I was already on the way, I wasn't quite clear on what the plan was.
Yeah.
But once I got there, I quickly realized it was back to school night, and I couldn't say no to not attending as well.
It was perfect because Mom and Gracie did not want you to be there.
Number one.
That's off top. They were concerned that you were going to be there, but because it was so last minute, I guess I didn't have any chance to really warn you.
Right. And I came completely unprepared. The only thing I had was like a plate of food that was wrapped in foil wrap that said fried wontons with it posted on the top of it, which becomes part of the story later on.
Yeah. So they were already upset. Now the school's a block away.
Right.
So we walk over there and we are just chomping at the bit to just let her know that she's about to have an experience.
Right.
And she was worried.
I feel like she instinctually knew something was wrong with me and you being there at the same time.
Happily.
But she wasn't completely ready for what followed then.
The thing that was probably working in her favor is that we had no time to really prepare for this.
No, not at all.
That's where the plate of food comes in.
This is completely on the fly.
You have a plate of food in your hand that's covered in foil that says fried wontons.
Right on the top, and very neat writing that anyone could read.
Yes.
And since I had that plate in my car, I chose to bring it with me. I just felt like on the inside, why not? I might want to pick at this plate of fried rice. It was actually fried rice. It was actually fried rice, but it had a sticker that said fried wontons. I don't even know where I got this plate, to be honest with you. It was a plate of food. Somehow it was in my car. I decided, why not bring it along for the experience?
Well, the good thing about it was that we decided to bring it in with us because all red-blooded Americans bring plates of food into a open house situation.
I mean, it's Reynolds wrap. It's nice foil. You want to show that off.
Yeah, well, I want them to know that we could afford the good stuff.
Right.
So we go in there. I don't remember which teacher we met in which order, but there are a couple of interactions that I remember.
I don't remember. What was the first one? Was it I think it was the Spanish teacher.
He was early on.
It was early on. I think it was the Spanish teacher. The Spanish teacher is the first one we meet. An elderly Caucasian guy teaches Spanish, which kind of threw me off a little bit. He was definitely the first one we met. And when you introduced ourselves, your wife introduced herself as wife. You introduced yourself as dad. Yeah. And then you introduced me as baby daddy.
That's right.
That's exactly what happened.
Yes, and he froze, I think, for a minute. And the shaking of the hands, like, how did he go from shaking my hand to your hand, and what is that transition like?
Yeah, it was just like he had this look on his face, like he saw past me and realized, what did I hear? How do I handle this? Stay professional. That was the look, all in a quick split second, and then he shook my hand like, oh, nice to meet you. Trying to keep it together, right? But he did look concerned that he didn't know what the hell was happening in this very moment.
Yeah, just each of us just holding different kids and just, you know what I mean? It was great. It was great because my two younger sons were there.
So he proceeds to walk us around the room. All the students, for some reason, had numbers across their names, right, to identify them, but there was no names. And it worried me, so I had to ask, pretty loudly, for your daughter, be like, why are your prison numbers up here? Because I don't understand why they're referring to you like an inmate. Inmate 543762 has an A- in Spanish. So that brought me a little concern at the time.
And so we made sure that the teacher could hear the concerns that we had, because we want Grace to have good experience with this teacher moving forward.
Yeah, we want him to remember that her dads were there for her, are aware that the situation on this board with the prison numbers is a concern, but we appreciate that she's doing well with her positive grades.
So when we left up out of that guy's classroom, we went next to the history teacher.
Right, that's the next one, her next period or whatever the hell, right?
That's broke Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, he looked like a real busted
JT.
Income pretty low, probably getting gym teacher money, but it was really a history teacher.
Yeah, but he had like one of those like old Bill Cosby sweaters on, so he looked very professorial.
Yeah, definitely. And surprisingly, when you meet this guy, you wouldn't think that's the type of person he is. When we mean he was like Justin Timberlake, he was just as soft as Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, no, he was.
And for some reason, when he was talking to us, he felt like he was one of us, because he was laughing really hard at any joke we said to him.
Yeah, no, he thought, oh, I made it.
I made it. He was like, these guys could fuck me up, but I think they like me. It was one of those situations like, you're in school and maybe you're a bit of a bully. I can't talk on experience. I'm just talking about, and they, when you fuck with someone else, they jump on board like, oh man, you're hilarious, bro. That was that guy.
I would say that was about as eventful as he got, as we were kind of roasting him and roasting kids and roasting the classroom, and he was laughing and it was great.
He just enjoyed our foolishness.
Yeah, I think he felt like, because he wasn't an old dude.
No. He was fairly young. He was like probably his early 30s maybe. So once we're done with him and, we clearly made his day and he felt like he got two new friends when we walked out the room.
Yeah, for real.
We proceeded to the science teacher. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, this is where it really gets good, right? So the science teacher is a elderly Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus.
The Caucasus.
Yeah. So she was talking to other people and, we're roaming the room a little bit, making comments on stuff on the wall, being a little ridiculous, and at that point we decide we're gonna do something a little different this time. We're gonna pass that plate of food back and forth in between us.
Let's go to the introductions first.
Oh, there's intros.
There was intros. Mom, she introduced herself.
Yes,
this is Kelly, and then I just said my name's Joseph.
That's right.
And or she said, North Carolina Joseph.
That's right. She definitely jumped in on that. So she knows your daughter that you just got is from North Carolina, right? So for some reason she knows that Grace is from North Carolina, but for somehow she related North Carolina Joe to you when you live here. I don't understand that, but that's where the North Carolina connection comes in.
Yeah, and so what I said was I just said no. So I just corrected her, but gave her no other information. So I just said no.
Right. And then
she looked at me like,
okay, yeah, she didn't understand. Like, she was like, you're North Carolina Joe. You just said no. And she just seemed confused. And then she turned to me with her confusion. I'm the next person to say hi. And I introduced myself as North Carolina Joe. Like, hey, how you doing on North Carolina Shore? She goes, oh, okay. Thank you. Nice to meet you. But the bewildered look on this woman's face was priceless. She had no idea. Like, she was like, I think she even said, I don't never remember hearing the Charles. Like, I think she said that shit out loud when I wanted to, because I was like, I remember her saying it, but I don't think her mouth moved.
Yeah, no, she said something. I remember her saying something hella weird that was just like.
Yeah, it was awkward, right? It was awkward. Number one, the conversation with this woman is already fucking awkward. She's already weird.
Yeah.
So we start talking to her. She's telling her about the grades. Racist stuff. Yeah. She starts talking about that. And then at some point, she actually apologizes. We didn't bring this up. She brought this up like, I'm not that great with technology.
Yep.
And, you know, all these bullshit excuses that we're like, okay, this is suspect number one. You already sound like you're full of shit.
And let me interject real quick.
Yes.
While all of this is happening.
Yes, correct. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, okay.
We are passing the plate back and forth amongst each other in roughly about 15 to 30-second intervals.
Whenever the other one, almost like when you were talking
and
you were done, I would take it and I would talk.
That's exactly what happened. It's like every time, exactly. It's like playing that game. Like no one talks unless you got the toy or balloon
you got the
or whatever.
talking stick.
Exactly, the talking stick, right? So we were playing that game with her, and she was trying to keep her shit together. And talk to us and be like professional about her being a teacher. But I definitely noticed her eyes follow the plate at least half the time, back and forth,
yeah.
and then realize like, does that say fried wontons? Like I saw that.
Yeah, she was reading it. Yeah,
but she never one time addressed the plate back.
Yeah,
back
and she was so distracted by it, she was getting mad. Like she would look at the plate, then she would look at us, and I'm like. Well, you know, my daughter's already told me everything I need to know about you, so I'm gonna fuck with you until I don't feel like fucking.
That's pretty much what happened, right? And she's looking at she didn't know what to do, how to react. She just tried to hold it together, and I swear to God, I think something popped in her head because she couldn't handle the fuckery, but she couldn't address it either.
There was something about her not responding to me.
Yeah.
And then apologizing for not responding to me.
Right.
And then saying that she did respond to me later. And I was like, but earlier you said you didn't. And
right.
Like,
yeah.
It was just really. Then
it was
like,
weird.
Oh, and I have a phone, but I don't know how to use it.
And she was making a million and one excuses about bullshit that didn't matter. You know, at some point while she was doing that, like I got frustrated with her bullshit. I'm like, she's clearly making all this up just to not do her damn job. I literally handed you the plate and took a call. In the middle of her sentence, I walked away, be like, oh, microscopes. Made a call, had a full like 3-4 minute conversation, came back, and the moment I walked back up, you handed me that plate right back.
That was right. Right away, bro.
Immediately, right? At some point the conversation ended. I feel like it just trailed off. I couldn't even tell you what she said from that point on, but we were talking to this woman for at least 20 minutes.
Oh, we took all of her time. She was so frustrated.
No one else was in the room. That was the problem, because it was other parents and kids coming in. For some reason, we just had a nice 20-minute pocket where no one walked in.
Not that many parents cared.
I guess
they weren't trying to come.
Right. The only reason she got out of it is because someone else walked in, and then the conversation trailed off.
Yep. But the good thing is when we left that classroom, we passed the principal. I don't know if you remember on the way out.
That's right. We did pass the principal.
And I didn't even say nothing. I just threw my hand up for the high five.
That's right.
And he got me. He got me up on the high five, and I was like, hey, that teacher, blah, 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 she's crazy.
Right.
And he looked at me, his eyes got a little big, like, what did she do?
What did she do? That's exactly what he said. That was nuts. He was like, what did she do?
I was like, no, just in general. He was like, oh, okay.
And walked away.
Hey, he's cool though. I like him.
He was all right for that one. I don't even know this fucking guy, but he kind of played along with it. But I think he was concerned too, but realized she's fucking nuts.
She has a record.
Yeah. Something's going on with that teacher.
Because the fact that I pointed her out, he was immediately concerned.
Yeah. It's like, oh damn, did she throw some natural in the class? What happened? So when you do these type of things to your kids, I feel like you're building them stronger emotionally and to be better people in life. So you know what, take advice from us. Do this to your kids. You know, fuck with them a little bit. Enjoy your time out. You know what I mean? It can't just be the same old dry shit. Try something different. You know what? And it'll bring you good dad points.
And you know what, for all the stuff that we got to put up with, all the diaper changing or whatever,
all that bullshit,
you know what I mean? I'm going to pull moves on you. Like, this is how I get you back for not letting me sleep.
And I don't think you mentioned this before, but back to school night, this is she's a freshman, right?
No, she's 8th grade.
I'm sorry. She's in 8th grade.
Yeah, 13.
So the reason that's important, I mentioned that, is because their reputation means a lot at 13 years old. You know what I mean? So you could imagine the embarrassment she must have had while doing all this shit to all her teachers. And I know she was mad on the inside, but we got her to smile just a little bit when we were doing the rice passing back and forth, because she noticed that her teacher was just like, I don't know what the fuck is happening right now. So it was well worth it. Like I said, that's where the points came.
And this is what she said. This is what she said. She was like, fake mad about it. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But she was like, you guys are hilarious. She goes, to tell the truth, I had a good time.
That's right.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I, and by extension, baby daddy,
That's right.
why we are the best dads ever. So thank you for tuning in to this episode of Just the Tips of Menmoir. We hope that y'all appreciated these 2 high-quality segments, one being on the pet peeves, which is a favorite, and one of our new ones, the best dad ever.
And these segments are just coming in so smoothly and so nicely that we're actually making a strong effort to push out more episodes faster, stronger, quicker.
Just like how we be for these hoes. And so,
Anywho.
yeah, we're looking at a week, 10-day delivery. So keep your eyes out for that. We got a merch shop up now that you can catch on our website at memoirs.men. You can also catch it on Facebook at Memoirs. You can catch all that on Twitter, the same handle.
Yeah, some nice merch we got up there on Spreadshirt. Make sure to check it out. We're updating it constantly. We might have some new stuff coming soon, so take a look. Grab some for yourself. Grab some for your wife, your kid. We got stuff for everybody. Your uncle, your grandma.
We got baby stuff.
We got all kind of shit. There it is. Check it out.
All right, and don't forget to stick around to catch our friends over at the hashtag No Offense show. Their promo's coming up right after this.
Huh?
This is Just the Tips. I'm Joe.
I'm Chuck.
And we out.
Deuces.
Hey, this is Chris from the hashtag No Offense show. What we are is a weekly podcast of 3 friends sharing a few drinks and a few laughs while poking fun at the world. Topics ranging from music and movies to kids and marriage to current events and social commentary, all while giving a unique perspective. Check out this clip from a recent episode.
We never talked about that. That idiot from the Boston Bruins likes to lick faces.
We never fucking talked about that. He did it again tonight. Yeah.
The rat.
Yeah, I don't understand. I was saying what I would do to try to combat it.
Oh, yeah.
I would try to lick him back and see if that would stop him.
So, no, that's not what you said.
So he's
you would
coming
try
at
to
you-
Lick his tongue. Yeah, like
Right.
try to
You
open
want-
mouth kiss him.
Yeah, you want to French kiss the rat.
You know what though? I guarantee he would stop if you tried to French him.
I told you maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he would be like that gay driver from Talladega Nights, and y'all would just be making out on the ice, and then it would be awkward for all the people watching at home.
And then I would be kind of fucked. At that point.
Literally. So if you like what you heard, crack a beer with us and embrace the nonsense. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and look for us on social media at HTNOS everywhere.